Hey. Oh, it's hot.
Just plug in your name. Type in your first and last name. Okay. Oh, Caleb, with the beard. This is fantastic. Who is Stud Muffin? This is wonderful. All right. I'm very excited to see all of you this morning. All right, we are going to start. Are we good to start? Am I good? Okay. So if you are grabbing coffee and you can hear me, I'll give you about 5 seconds to run over to your chair. Well, welcome to VBRN online and into our homes. Very happy to see you, and I hope that you are all doing well and staying well, and I hope that you know that you can reach out to us if you need anything. My name is Erica Webster, for those who do not know me, and I am the committee chair for VBRN. And this morning we have, I think it's going to be an exciting morning for you. Our speaker is awesome, and if you aren't awake, she will help wake you up. I want to thank Comcast and Villanova for being our sponsors for this event. And again, thanking all of you for waking up and putting, maybe you put pants on, but definitely put on a shirt to come sit with us. And we're going to kind of roll through, as you can see on there. I'm the opening statements. And then we're going to do 30-second pitches. And we kind of tweaked that a little bit. I don't know if last time most of you were here, but we've kind of simpled it down a little bit. So you're going to give us your name, your service, how you can give value. So what it is that you can give, what you can provide, and then go ahead and tell us what it is that maybe you need. And then we're going to move forward and we're going to have Ashley talk. And then she is going to go through this really cool app that you can see there. It's Hi-O. And you, if you're not on your phone, download that app right now, and you'll actually get to see all of us here, and she's going to explain more about that. And then at the end, Alex is going to take the floor, so to speak, and give a few words. So we're going to get into our 30-second pitches, and how that's going to work is you are going to stay muted, and I'm basically going to do roll call down the side of my screen based on the order, I think it's in which you signed on. So I'm going to unmute you, or you can unmute yourself. And a little trick to that is you can just hit your space bar while you're talking. And then as soon as you release your space bar, it goes right back on mute. You'll have your normal 30 seconds. Ashley will be there with the timer. And then you mute yourself and we'll move on to the next person. Simple enough. If you have any questions or concerns, type it into the Zoom group chat. If you don't know where that is, just kind of hover your mouse down to the bottom and you'll see a little box that says chat. All right, with all of that being said, we are going to take it old school, and I'm going to have Caleb, who is always our first person, to lead our 30-second pitches, and then we will go in order from there. All right, so Caleb, you are up.
All right, thank you, Erica. Good morning. Caleb Hoppus, Marine Corps veterans with 2nd LAR and Security Force Battalion. Currently, I'm with American Solutions for Business and Business Development. So we're a leading provider of traditional outbound marketing products, print, promotional products, and apparel. So a good referral for me would be somebody in a mid-market enterprise level marketing position who use a lot of these products and could use my services to streamline their purchasing. I can add value by hooking you up with people who work in the vertical markets as me, such as healthcare, pharmaceutical, and some manufacturing. Did I hear the horn?
Yep.
Good.
All righty. Good job. All right, Mr. Al Mazzone.
Sorry, I screwed up. Okay. Ha!
Hold on. He's muted still. Let me unmute him. You got to unmute him. I'm not that.
I got him. Yep, I got him.
Unmute it.
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Sound like my kids. Unmute me and mute me all the time. Al Maison, Army, combat engineer, Vietnam. Have special projects at WorkMerc. A lot of you have been at our facility at Conshohocken, but there's a parallel company, and we do software development, neuroscience-based. Referrals for us, right now I'm working military projects, Air Force, and Army. So if anyone is active reserve or guard, I'd love to speak with you if your unit is struggling with working remotely, how we can add value. Any problems, tech problems or whatever that you're facing personally with the company and all, we're a good source for that. And I do pro bono consulting. So just hit me up on LinkedIn, Slack, email, al@workmerc.com. Thanks, Erica.
Thank you, Al. All right, Jess.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jess Wisniewski-Hagen. I served in the Navy. I am currently a project coordinator for Ally Construction Services, which is a commercial construction company. We're also a veteran-owned small business. I am here today to learn more about diversity vendors and other companies that have had experience with that. Damn, girl.
Way to go.
Killing it.
All right, Dave.
Hi, good morning. Dave Baru, U.S. Army Intelligence. I am a small business banker for Santander Bank. So anybody who has any business banking questions or needs, I can help them with. Santander is a large bank, globally medium-sized in the United States. So we don't do everything, but if I can't help you, I normally can give you a good referral. And also just personally, I teach a memory improvement course at Mainline School Night, and we're doing that this Saturday, so you can check that out.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right, Doug.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Doug Amlin from Amlin Analytics, U.S. Marine Corps, 4 years. Came out as a corporal. What I do is I do the data needs for small businesses that realize that data is a competitive advantage for them. So a good referral for me is somebody that realizes that, or somebody that has doesn't know what a KPI is and how to measure it. That would be me. Again, Doug Amlin, Amlin Analytics.
Yeah, Doug.
Right under the money. All right, my buddy George. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, all. George Kuznetsov, was Army Infantry 2001, 2005. I am a MAPS business coach. I also own a real estate company. Good referral for me would be someone that is a small business owner looking to grow their business. What I can offer is I can give you a business assessment, probably one you haven't had yet, just to kind of give a different perspective on it, focusing on the different models, accountability, lead gen, budget, economic, organization. Also, oh, there's the horn.
Sorry.
Way to listen, though. Outstanding. All right.
Thanks, George.
Kyle.
Hey everyone, Kyle White, former United States Marines Staff Sergeant. I can help or provide value, just ask. I'm a member of several networking groups, veteran service organizations, etc. What I need is we provide speech, occupational, and physical therapy for kids. So we are still open, providing services online right from home. We're local, reliable, and consistent. We offer free, no obligation consultation. Kyle White, Milestone Therapy Group, Pediatric Therapy.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Ivan.
Good morning, guys. Ivan Silva, is operations specialist in the Navy. Now I work for VBRN. We're an e-commerce solutions provider here in the DC area, but I've been known to travel around, been in Philly. I'm in Philly a lot. But right now what we're doing is we're helping brands and retailers that are stuck, not able to sell. We have a 20-minute free consultation. I'm helping any brand or retailer kind of get things going or get things moving on their site. Again, it's the company's VBRN. My name is Ivan Silva. I'm also helping write content pro bono for companies in New York, Florida, Colorado, and California. Happy to help guys in Philly.
Nice. Thank you. Oh, we got Alex is next in line. Do you want to go, Alex?
Sure. Alex Herchowski, Navy. Good morning, everybody. Founder of Greater Philadelphia Veterans Network, VBRN. I'm also president of Sales Evolution. We help people that hate their own success. And, you know, I just want to make sure that everybody's taken care of out there. And so let me help you do one-on-ones afterwards. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of you that I haven't met yet, just to find out how I can help you, and then start some networking and relationships afterwards. Alex Herchowski.
Out. All right, we have Jack.
There we are. Jack Horchar, I'm with the Life Organization. I am not military. I said once before, I'm 64 years civilian. We work with leadership, personal development. We're focused in the direct sales arena and really want to focus on entrepreneurship and helping people develop income. So however I can help, I'm here for that.
Thank you. All right, Chanel, good morning.
Good morning. Chanel Santiago, U.S. Army, Iraq campaign. I work for the VA at the Norristown Vet Center. We provide counseling to vets, active guard and reservists that have served in combat or are survivors of military sexual trauma, and we can also see your family. We are not open for face-to-face, but we are still providing therapy virtually, either through video or over the phone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Gabe.
Good morning, good people. Gabe Schick, Marine Air Wing. I'm the best.
Stand by, Gabe. You're going in and out.
I'm trying to unmute him, but it doesn't seem to be working. He's had audio issues.
All right, Gabe, Gabe, I don't know if you can hear me. We are going to recycle you to the end, okay? We'll get you. We'll figure it out. All right, we already have Caleb. All right, Sean Pearson. Are we having technical difficulties?
Good morning, everyone. Sean Pearson. I'm a certified financial planner with Ameriprise. 22 years Air Force, Air National Guard. I'm still the Chief of Public Affairs for the Horsham Air Guard Station. Right now, there's a lot of people that have, going through a lot of difficult times. Certified financial planners can help. So, someone that is either transitioning, lost a job, or just trying to figure out things financially, I'm here to help. Sean Pearson.
Thank you. Joey Mack, looks like you're on vacation somewhere.
Joey Mack here, CEO of the Mobile Cigar Lounge and Bellawood Cigars. Here for your entertainment, for private parties, weddings, corporate events that you want to have a little smoke with. I'm here to provide anything when it comes to social events.
Thank you.
And I'm in Miami.
Hope the weather's nice. All right, Kyle.
Hi, can you hear me, Erica?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Kyle Woods. I'm an Air Force veteran, still serving in the reserves, and aerial porter out of Dover. I work for a family-owned payroll company, 20 years, locally owned right outside of Philly. And what we really do is help small businesses with their payroll needs. The customer service, being local and everything. So I like to help small businesses, talk to them. A lot of them are having questions now with everything going on. So if anybody has any questions and I can help, happy to do it.
Thank you. All right. Darren, good morning. Nope. Sign language. There we go.
There we go. This is Darren. Hi, I'm Darren Corder. I'm with Caliber Home Loans. I am the VA loan guy. I'm former Navy. What I want to do is answer any questions that anyone has. What value I want to bring is I've been on one conference call after another in Zoom meetings all over the country about forbearance versus deferments. And if anyone is really having any issues and has concerns about anything in the lending space around their home, just reach out to me. That's what I'll give.
Thank you. All right, Kevin. Nope. Nope. So you were unmuted. You muted yourself.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Kevin Greisker, U.S. Navy Business Development and Sales Speaking and Training. I'm actually here because my company just went through a recent COVID situation where they had to downsize my department, and just keeping an open mind to future opportunities to be of service. So thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining. All right, Eric, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Eric Moore. I am in wealth management with Bank of America. I'm a Navy veteran. I can help with personal or business-related finances. I specialize more on the personal side with investment management, banking, lending, and planning. But I can get you connected with somebody on the commercial side as well. And a good referral for me is business owner that needs help with planning, whether it's business succession or tax efficiency, that type of thing. So thank you.
Thank you. Christina, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Christina Trappis. I'm the manager of college partnerships with Villanova University's College of Professional Studies, which is the adult education and continuing education arm of the university. We're proud to be a sponsor for VBRN and are here to help provide educational resources and opportunities in a lot of disciplines for the military community. So I'm excited to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ooh, good timing too. All right, Mary Beth. Hold on one second, Mary Beth. Ash, are you in control of that?
Yeah, what's going on?
How's that work?
There you go.
Okay. My name is Mary Beth Unessa. I'm a spouse of a retired Army captain who is a combat engineers unit. And I'm a project engineer with Refrigeration Technologies. It's 2 p.m. Just imagine, and your staff is home social distancing. Do you know how cold your box is? And when I talk about box, we control refrigeration boxes. So you might be dealing with COVID, but you don't want to deal with the 3 nasty sisters, which are Listeria, Salmonella, and E. coli. So if you know anybody that has any commercial refrigeration, we'd be happy to talk to them.
All right. Oh, Ken? Ken, are you on here?
I am. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
My name is Ken
Go
Wong.
Army.
My name is Ken Wong, and I am not. I'm not a veteran, but I am the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army. And in my day job, I'm a commercial insurance broker, and I provide assistance in risk management and insurances for all business concerns, which is very important because if you have a business, you have a lot at risk, and there's a lot of things going on, and you want to make sure you're properly protected. So I'm here to serve and help you in any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, Joey? Joey Mack?
Oh, I went already. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm at the bottom of my list. Let me see, Major Jansky.
Yes, hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, good morning. I am still a reservist. I'm in the 404 Civil Affairs. I also am administrator for an Army chemical unit as a DA civilian. I also own a small business. I own the Haddonfield Floral Company in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Reside in New Jersey, serve in New Jersey, deployed several times, Iraq, Afghanistan, Southeast Europe, Africa. Here to listen, most of all. I know there's a lot of wonderful information for resource and networking. And I want to just thank you folks for putting together these programs and for sharing your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark? No. You are unmuted if you are on there. Going once. Okay. Whose ever telephone number is 609-634-4332.
Hi, good morning. Jim Ewan, the owner and founder of Jim's Jarhead Jerky, United States Marine Corps 8th and I. We offer award-winning beef jerky, prepackaged snack foods. Visit our website, jimsjarheadjerky.com.
Thank you. All right, Maria.
Hi, can you hear me?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Desert Storm and U.S. Air Force for 26 years. I have a veterans-owned business called Awesome Stuff, and we sell antiques and vintage furniture and fusion mineral paint for furniture. We're selling online right now since our business is closed, and hopefully we'll be open soon. But we can sell online, and we're getting some orders. We would like to get some more, so if you know somebody that paints furniture, you can even paint walls with this furniture. It's a new product, only out for 5 years. You can visit our website, awesomestuff-234.com. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Let's see, we got John Kleck, last month's speaker, just logging on. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Forgive me for being late. It's always crazy mornings here, trying to get homeschooling going and getting work started. My name is Jonathan Kleck, Navy guy. I will punch out next year after the reserves, or out of the reserves after with 25. I am with a recent startup, a spinoff division of Greencastle Consulting called Stronghold Leadership. That's me.
Thanks, John. All right. Are there any alibis? Did I miss anyone? Did someone log on late that got lost in the scroll? Speak up now. Yep. All right. Thank you all for your wonderful 30-second pitches. Ashley did not have to yell at anybody. So without, I know we're all ready and anticipated to listen to Ashley, but honestly, she really needs no introduction. She introduces herself the second that she walks into a room. If you don't see her, you hear her. She does make it, and I mean that in the most loving way. She knows more about you than you probably know about yourself before you even know that she exists. She does take it upon herself to make it her personal mission to make your networking a success. I do know that she takes every job that she does very personally and seriously, and she develops friendships with people, and that's why she is so good at being a networking concierge. She is going to show us today how to basically take everything that we've done our entire lives with social face-to-face networking and turn it into what it is that we are doing now, which we all kind of just had to flip a switch overnight, and she is the guru. We are more than lucky to have Ashley with us today. So Ashley, the floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you very much. Can everybody see my dumb face? We're good? Beautiful. Well, thank everybody for having me today. I am such a, as Erica had said, I have a full time, which is being a networking concierge, and I work with operations with the Greater Philadelphia Veterans Network, which is such a joy. So when Erica and Alex asked me to speak, it was, kind of the perfect timing as everything was going from on-site, especially with networking and building your business, to everything going completely digital. So, shut up. So my, the presentation today is really very, very tactical. So if you guys are looking for, kind of a highlight version, that's not what you're going to get today. It's more of a workshop. So if you've got questions, put them in the chat. If you've got concerns, put them in the chat. But I really take out a notebook, because these are things that you can use as soon as you're done with the presentation. So directly, immediately with your own networking activity. So just because you guys get to do your 30 seconds doesn't mean I can't have have some fun facts about myself because why not? So I'm originally from North Jersey, which means I'm just a fast talker. That's really what that means, and the fact that we have the best bagels. So if anybody wants to fight, I know Joey Mack, I know you're from New York, but you guys do have the best bagels, but all the Jews and the Italians come from New York into Jersey. It makes the bagels a better situation. Yeah, I think you're right. Great. So I have no kids. I'm a very, very fat cat. If you hear a small child crying, it's because my fat cat wants second breakfast. I do not have children. My background, I'm previously a celebrity personal assistant. So I worked in New York for 2 celebrities as a personal assistant. And if anybody asks, you know, how it was, it's exactly like The Devil Wears Prada, and I'm still paying therapy bills. That was in New York. I've competed in CrossFit competitions. Since I started my business, I have not competed in CrossFit competitions. Just means that I really enjoy tacos now and the occasional espresso blend coffee. Listen, I could deadlift 225 when I got really good, but I came in 31st place out of 34, which means I survived it, which was the only goal. Karaoke Champ 2016, thank you very much. Tequila was involved. I've been in 12 movies as an extra. So my background is in film and television, so I ended up working on about 12 different blockbuster movies in the background, basically the human version of a tree. So if you're looking to find me any place, I've done about 12 of them, you'll find me in none. I have done a Sheets commercial. I was there for 3 days, made a buttload of money for half a second. So that's just a cool fun fact. And if anybody's asking about why I ate a Carolina Reaper, it's also because tequila was involved. Does anybody know what a Carolina Reaper is? Nod, I can see your faces. Yep, John, it's an awful life decision. That's what that is. That's as best as I can experience. Thank you, Ivan. I appreciate the condolences. So just so you know, it's just don't do it ever. But I was on a dare, tequila was involved, and you know, it's a good life story, and now I'm telling about 35 people about it. All right, so today, what we're gonna go through is, this is the agenda. So the reality of virtual networking, your steps to get started, knowing yourself, knowing your audience, planning your work and working your plan, tools and resources I can use immediately after this presentation, and then questions on how I might be able to help kind of navigate through what we talked about today. Here's the problem with people. Because people sometimes suck. Sometimes it's a sucky thing with people, and sometimes we have to navigate through that. Just because we're going virtually doesn't mean we don't have to necessarily not handle those kinds of people. So here's what the norm is now, everybody going virtual. Non-essential workers are operating virtually, which means that pants are kind of optional, right? So people are trying to get out of bed, they're trying to get out of work, trying to manage their next steps and trying to grow their business, but the routine's off and things are kind of getting a little shisty. Then you've got the people who haven't had a clue on how to join a webinar, even though they were emailed 14 times with all of the details. So now you've got to explain to people that, I promise, you're still on mute. You're talking, but you're still on mute. So it's another frustration of trying to figure out going from, you know, on-site to virtual and learning all these new technical tools. And then you've got people who are wondering when it's appropriate to reach out, because as sure as you know, I am, it was challenging in the beginning to start to reach out to people, or at least I was concerned because everything was like, it changed overnight, as you guys know. So reaching out to people, even just to check in, felt a little scary, just because we didn't want to put anybody out. We didn't want to say, hey, you know, I'm selling this thing, or we're still in business. It still feels like it's a challenge. And, you know, you want to be cognizant of everybody's, you know, situation. And then, you know, are pants a thing still? Like, are people still wearing actual pants when they go places? Everyone is pretty much in pajamas right now, and I love it. It's my favorite thing, but you're still kind of navigating what is the professional norm when you're talking to people and doing these virtual conferences, these virtual meetings, and how many times do you typically follow up? All of these things kind of encompass into why networking is still important and how you can do it virtually, but this is what the norm is now, and you're trying to navigate through it. So here's the reality, okay? Only people who genuinely care are going to talk to you as you're building up your network. Only people who genuinely care are going to help you anyway. They're not going to go in and say, hey, you know, I need you to, you know, endorse me for X, Y, and Z because it's the right thing to do. It's more of, they're going to want to help you because they care about you. They know, like, and trust you. So as you're building up your network, as you're expanding and growing your network, these are the top 3 things that you really want to focus on as far as who goes into your network. Only people who actually care are going to ask you for realistic favors. Those realistic favors aren't going to be like, hey, can you sponsor this thing for $1 million? It's more, hey, would you mind sharing this article or this event or this webinar to help support me in that way? Because that's a free ask. So one of the things I kind of want to talk to you guys about, when you hit all of those 3 points, right? Who's going to want to talk to you, who's going to want to help you anyway, and who's going to ask you for realistic favors. In your lifetime, there are only a certain amount of people that you can actually maintain social interactions with. I know everybody on a sale, who's in a sales position knows this number, but just so you know, it's 150 people in your lifetime, which means that anybody that you grew up with, any family members, anybody at all, that as a human being is the amount of people, roughly give or take, that you can actually maintain social interactions with. And this came from the British anthropologist Robin Dunbar. So according to the theory, the tightest circle has just 5 people. I'm talking loved ones. Then that's followed by a successive layer of 15 good friends, 50 friends, and then 150 meaningful contacts, 500 acquaintances, and then 1,500 people that you can recognize. So in your network that you build, the meaningful contacts to meet is 150. So very much so, who the hell are you putting in those slots? It's really important to understand and use these top 3 factors to put those people in those slots. Hey guys, if you just joined in, please put yourself on mute. Thank you very much. All right. Now that the pressure is off, again, reminding yourself, who are you putting in those slots? Your time is valuable, everything is valuable. So especially now. All right, here's some story time. So as you guys know, you know who Paul Revere is, if you guys are all history buffs. William Dawes, for the explanation of this slide, did the exact same trick that Paul Revere did. What Paul Revere did was the reason why history remembers him is because he was an information broker. So William Dawes did the exact same trick, but didn't tell the right people the right message. So this information broker is a person who occupies a key role in a social network by connecting unrelated groups of people. The reason why history remembers Paul Revere is because he targeted the well-connected people during his ride, and his news spread widely and quickly. William Dawes was not an information broker, so he didn't know what doors to knock to and when he entered a small town. So the moral of the story is, take this concept in consideration with your own businesses. If that information isn't delivered to the right people, it may fall onto obscurity, just like William Dawes. Okay. So here's what I want to ask a question, you guys, as we're going through this presentation, just think more about your own networks. Are you doing it to gain business? Are you doing it to build engagement? Are you doing it to enhance your own personal brand? Are you doing it to make sure people know who you are, what you do, what makes you awesome? What is your goal when networking virtually? Is it to build engagement on LinkedIn profile, stay in front of your current network, build professional relationships? All of these things are networking activities. So if you answered yes to any of them, this is good because these are counted as networking activities. Learning and developing a new skill from a local subject matter expert, you're reaching out to that subject matter expert and you're gaining more knowledge and more context and more engagement from people that are going to make you better, essentially. All right, so who to network with. So now that you have an understanding of what the parameters are, what you need to identify the right kinds of people to network with and what the qualifications of keeping people inside of that 150 slots, here's who you're really networking with virtually. You've got strategic partners. This is number 1. Strategic partners are defined as professionals who are in complementary businesses and share the same target market. So, for example, a real estate agent and a divorce lawyer are fantastic strategic partners because when somebody goes through divorce, they're either going through selling their house or they're downsizing or upsizing, depending on the agreement. But the goal is that they're not competing with each other for the same client. They're complementing each other with the same process, or with the life cycle of that client when they go through it. So what I implore you to do, and one of the challenges I want to give you guys today, is I want you to come up with 5 industries that are complementary to your field. People that you know in the life cycle of that activity, that working with that industry can be complemented by your own industry. So just like the example with real estate, divorce lawyer, find 5 industries, not people, but industries that you can call upon. Then within those 5 industries, you want to find 5 people within each industry that you don't know and reach out to them and start building up essentially a vendor list, people that you know, like, and trust, because those are going to be your referral partners, and you've built the know, like, and trust factor with them. So that's the number one thing. Okay. The next is subject matter experts. If you are an idiot when it comes to Excel, find somebody who's better. If you are an idiot when it comes to mindfulness, find somebody that's better. If you are an idiot when it comes to social media and working out, I've got plenty of people I'll be happy to make introductions to. Find a subject matter expert, because let me tell you, all of their stuff is free right now because they're trying to build more engagement. So take the time. If anybody's not on mute, please go on mute. But if anybody has the time to identify, what skills you suck at, this is the time now to go through and reach out to those subject matter experts who are giving the free webinars. One of the best people I love working with is Bryn Tillman. She's a master at LinkedIn. She knows exactly how to find the right people, how to do social selling. Bryn Tillman's my favorite person in the entire world. I fangirl over her all the time. She's incredibly thoughtful. If you think my presentation's good, her presentation's even better. She's amazing. She's a subject matter expert in LinkedIn, and she's not paying me to say this, but go and reach out to her because her processes are amazing. And then you want to network with your current network. This is a dumb moment. You all are doing this now. You all work in business development. So it's important to understand that the people that you're networking with, your current network, don't fall on the wayside because you're so excited and so eager to find new people. That current network is low-hanging fruit. People that already know, like, and trust you. I'm not saying squeeze money out of them. I'm saying identify different ways you can help them that are independent of your own businesses. Cool. How do you communicate effectively? So you have all these people that you're reaching out to. You have your 5 people in each of these industries that you're looking to kind of engage with. One of the things I want to make sure you understand when you're networking, you're not selling crap. Nobody cares what you do. At the very end of the day, nobody gives a damn. What they care about is the value that you're able to provide, whether that's on a personal or professional level, because human behavior dictates that people are more willing to purchase or to engage with somebody that they know, that they like, and that they trust. So in order to communicate effectively, here are a couple of top tips. Making your name memorable. This is giving yourself permission to engage in a way that's vulnerable. I'm not saying going into a presentation and peacocking it like I do, but that's just my own thing. But if you go into a presentation or you start reaching out to somebody, don't drop all of your credentials. Nobody gives a damn. What you're doing is you're identifying ways you can help them by putting the conversation onto them. You're also qualifying them as a good vendor or a good strategic partner. The next one is always end the conversation with the future in mind. This is something that a lot of business development managers, they drive me nuts. They don't do this. It's like, hey, just so you know, we could hang out maybe later. Nothing's on the calendar, and then we just leave it up in the air. On the next slide is actually going to talk about how everybody's an idiot. But let me just go back to this, how to end a conversation with the future in mind. If you're not putting something else on the calendar, or if you're not following up with an activity or a reason to follow up, you've lost the contact. Because with all the stuff that's going on and how everything is virtual, you have to stay top of mind. So find ways to follow up. Find reasons to end the conversation with a next step in mind. Because if they haven't taken this class, so they don't know. So the goal is make sure that you take the lead in that. So that way the conversation continues. Like plan structured next step conversations. If the first conversation is an introduction call, as it should be, to get to know them, now get to like them. The next step should have a little bit of an agenda in your head, not necessarily to them, but have a little bit of an agenda of trying to identify what makes them tick and what they need. Networking is about service. You all understand that. So take from your own experience and put that into the communication that you have with new people, especially ones that you're trying to learn from. Always recognize storytelling opportunities, right? So this is really interesting. The storytelling opportunities are ways for you to really communicate, really way to communicate in a way that's effective. So for example, when you guys go through your 30-second pitches, the ones that I mostly pay attention to are the ones with a story behind it, because it shows that you found a need, or there was a need, and you fixed it. So the story, as you're giving out your pitch or explaining what you do to people, sometimes it's very boilerplate because it's scripted and we've done this for a million years. But if you can actually tell a story about how you helped a client, kind of like a highlighted version of your case study, that's going to trigger more identifiable words that somebody can say, you know what, my buddy has this problem, especially when it comes to tech. I used to sell custom software. Do I remember any of it? No. But what I remember are the people that I remember the issues my clients had rather than what was done, if that makes any sense. Because you're able to identify ways to help them based off of the problem that they had, and that needs to be communicated to somebody new. And then build a diverse network. I cannot stress how important this is. Yes, Veterans Business Referral Network is a fantastic community for all us to engage in, but we network with people that look and sound like us. It's a human behavior type thing. I challenge you to jump in on a webinar that has people that look nothing like you, nothing at all. That people have a different agenda. Look, listen, there are some life coaches out there that drive me crazy, and there are some life coaches out there that are absolutely incredible and give me the self-respect that I need. Do I think it's crazy? Yeah, but you know what? I got a chance to meet somebody new. I've collaborated with them, and they know different people that are outside of my comfort zone. We're so used to working inside that I challenge you to diversify at least one event, one webinar, something completely different so you get to know new people. And then track the value of networking activities. That's really important because in order for you to identify where you're putting your time and knowing yourself and knowing your audience, identify what's actually working for you, right? Not necessarily how many leads you're getting, but with what intention are you putting into those events, into those webinars and virtually for you to be able to get to the next step of building the engagement, whatever your networking goal is. All right. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Here are some pro tips, okay, when it comes to networking. Number one, follow hashtags. I know that sounds crazy, but on LinkedIn, if you follow hashtags and you're trying to build engagement, if one of your goals is to build engagement, you follow hashtags that are industry specific and that are relevant to your industry. You want to comment thoughtfully on these posts. The reason why is because LinkedIn's algorithm is what Facebook was 10 years ago. Everyone sees, and the views are going, the algorithm is crazy. So people are seeing your stuff on LinkedIn, okay? But if you're following hashtags with industry specific, topics, and you as a subject matter expert are commenting thoughtfully, keep track of the thread, because if someone says, I agree, and they might be in your target market, that's the perfect way to open up a conversation. You do that all day long, you're going to have 15 meetings on your calendar for an introduction call. That's a great way to show your subject matter expertise in an industry that you know very much about, and building engagement with people directly. Next one, everybody's an idiot. Let's be real about that. Every single person's an idiot. Let's put that out there, okay? The reason why I'm saying how important this is and why everybody's an idiot is because following up is your responsibility. Yours only. Take out the fact that they said, oh, follow up with stuff that's going up. No, they won't do it, okay? From now on, it's your responsibility to make sure that they are not the idiot, okay? So endless messages with, let me know if you'd like to chat or how can I help you, are really saying, I didn't take time to think through what I can do for you, nor what you can do for me. Follow up with intention, because everybody's an idiot. Acknowledge that conversations, personal and professionally, may be more personal right now, and that's okay. So this means you're going to have a chance to share conversations that are more candid and vulnerable, and that is what makes us human right now. So empathy and kindness is the first thing, which have always been critical, but are very, very essential right now. And this last one is avoid one-time reach outs. So, virtual coffee dates. So just as, many first coffee dates in person, it's not the best use of your time if you just do random coffee dates, right? It's important. Thanks, Gabe. Your time is very important now more than ever, because you have friends, you've got family, and everybody's kind of cooped up. Listen, I want to flick people in the eyeball just as much as you do being cooped up with them. But, give people the time of day, but also make sure that it's very intentional. Make key virtual check-ins recurring so that you are able to get in touch with people repeatedly throughout this pandemic experience. Just as for an in-person coffee, be sure to execute follow-up on any homework items from the conversation. So don't go to every virtual, one-on-one coffee date. You can make them a phone call. I do. But be just as intentional and not willy-nilly as everybody's kind of doing right now. Cool. Next one. Oh, you guys will get this. These are DMBCs, deep, meaningful business conversation questions. So as you're having your network networking conversation, these are great questions to ask. And these are all that I've done. So it's not like this just came from a book. This came from things that I have done, things that I have researched. And my favorites are, especially if you're having difficulty figuring out who to refer them to or who to make introduction or give value to, my favorite question to ask is, when somebody picks up the phone to call you, what problem are they having? I'm going to repeat that. When someone picks up the phone to call you, what problem are they having? That is such a great opener. And if I'm asking that, you better be able to answer it. Just as if you're asking that, you better be able to answer it. So all of these questions here are fantastic in order to build up your networking activity. My favorite too, especially because I have a lot of good referral partners that I've built over the past 3 years, is what are you struggling with the most right now? That could be personally or professionally, but if it's professionally, now you know who they're hiring for. Hey, you know what? My marketing could be so much better. You know what? I may have an introduction for you. You know what really sucks right now? My computer's so goddamn slow. Oh, really? I may have somebody from Comcast I can help you with. You know, you want to give value, and these are the questions to find out how to give value without going in and saying, hey, can you hire me to handle your stuff? Because that's obnoxious, and nobody's selling right now. Nobody's buying. You're going into a conversation buying or selling when nobody's buying. Cool, you guys will get that. This is the fun part. Tools and resources. These are the things I use on a daily basis. So LinkedIn, duh, because everyone's using that now. HubSpot I use as a CRM. It's a free CRM tool. This tool is very helpful because it connects a lot with other tools that help me automate a lot of my data. With networking, data is really important because it allows you to see where you're putting your time and how effective you've been. There's no ROI with networking. There's no ROI with networking. I'm telling you right now, there's no ROI. But HubSpot is a great tool to use to keep track of all of your contacts, the kind of communication you had with them, and it plugs into either your Gmail or your Outlook, so that way you can keep track of those conversations. So that way you're not an idiot being like, what did we talk about 2 weeks ago? Oh, I forgot about you had kids. It keeps you accountable. Evernote, if anybody has used Evernote before, this is just a great way to keep track of all of, like, think of notes, like the notes thing on your phone, except on steroids. So these are great ways to kind of handle all of your templates, which I'm going to show you, to put into different applications like LinkedIn if you're reaching out to somebody new. PowerMatch is a fantastic organization that helps specifically with networking. Before the pandemic, PowerMatch matches up like-minded individuals to cross-promote, to collaborate. So all of your strategic partners are literally as members into this group. It's an international company now. They just went international and they're going even more nationally, but the hub is actually in the East Coast. So what they do is that they match you up with people that are complementary to your field. There's no selling. You're building engagement. You get matched up with 2 other people. Right now you're doing Zoom calls. I think it's like $40 a month, and then you get a chance to work together in a way that you don't have to search for anybody. You just get matched up with people that work best for you. I think Kyle, I think you're a member. Is that right? You were a member? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah. So these are tools that I mean, I've been a member for 3 years. So the reason why I'm saying this is because on the virtual aspect, that's a great networking tool to use. If you take anything from, besides HIO, we're going to go into HIO in a minute. If you take anything from this presentation, Calendly is the #1 tool that I use. Calendly is a tool that aggregates into my calendar and only shows available times. The reason why this is very helpful is because when someone schedules an introduction call with me, I find out in the questionnaire, which is like 2 or 3 seconds to do, is who they are, what industry they're a part of, how did we connect, so I know where they came from, and what can we chat about today? Not like, what do you want to sell? And how do I get it? None of that. It's more of, how do I get to know you and have enough information beforehand? The reason why this is beneficial is because if I use and have all of my introduction calls attached using Calendly, 1, I'm not spending thousands of hours going back and forth about why 3 p.m. on a Friday is bad. Don't do that. You're saving your time, you're making it accountable for people to put something on your calendar, and you're letting them pick a time that works best for them. You gather the data. Every quarter, you figure out where your leads or where your introduction calls are coming from. Are they coming from that webinar that you were on? Are they coming from your LinkedIn activity? Are they coming from referrals? If someone is giving you 3 people and somebody threw something on your calendar and somebody referred you that person, don't you want to be able to thank them and reach out and say, yo, Steve, thanks so much much for these 3 introductions. Can I take you out to lunch? Not right now, because that's scary. But can I give you a gift card to a Steven Star restaurant? Like, how can I help you more? Because we all have trash brain, and trash brain makes us forget the good stuff sometimes. So be accountable by using these tools to aggregate that networking activity, so that way you are staying top of mind and helping people by using the data, so that way you don't have to worry about it. And we're gonna go into HIO in a minute, but let me tell you something. When you guys are putting together conversations on LinkedIn, so remember I talked about those 5 spokes in a wheel and then 5 people each, right? So for those industries, this template right here gives me more introduction phone calls than I've done anywhere. When somebody wants to connect with me on LinkedIn, and to you guys too, they are opting in. They are opening the door to talk to you. They are interested in something. They are liking your post. They are obviously interested. That is lead in any stretch of the imagination. So open the door for a conversation. Now, I know you guys get spammed a lot, so just be more intentional about that. But if they reach out to you, open the door for a conversation, and using things like Calendly allows them to, to put something on your calendar. I get more business doing this, not even business. I get more engagement by having a 15-minute conversation, making somebody's day, and then they're sharing 3 of my posts, and then I get business out of that. Like, you don't understand the web that can be built. This literal thing I put together, in addition to before the pandemic, has gotten me 75% success rate of scheduling a meeting. I think I had 76 new contacts or new connections that people want to connect with me, and I always send this message out, like, this is 100% on a sales call, which is a big thing, and just to learn more about who they are and what they do. People are trying to network right now because that's all they can do besides building their business. So open the door for that conversation, and don't be stupid. Like, open the door. They're there for you. They're opting in. I'm sweating so much right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. Thank God I'm wearing black. Okay.
Can't tell.
Can't tell. Great. Thanks, Ivan. Appreciate it.
You're good.
All right. So in conclusion, and we're going to go through HIO in a minute, but in conclusion, what's important about all of this networking activity is that there's so many tools out there, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody about them, but be intentional about who you're networking with. If you don't do it, nothing's going to happen. If you don't put the activity or the work in, nothing is going to happen. Proactively reach out to build your network and maintain it and nurture it. Planning your work and working your plan. If so, Erica is diligently taking notes. She's an extreme type A. She's got she finds what her process is and she puts it on paper for her to accomplish it. Whatever your process is, incorporate a networking strategy, or at least just activity that is going to continue to nurture and to build up your own current network. And then always plan structured next time conversations. I can't stress this enough. You leave it willy-nilly, it's gonna be willy-nilly, and then you start complaining to me, like, nobody wants to talk to me because you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. So take responsibility and make sure that if you're gonna follow up, you have your own ways of doing it. I've got plenty of strategies to help you out, just let me know. Oh, fail hard and fail fast and move on. You're going to put your foot in your mouth. I am the queen of saying stupid stuff. I promise you, right? You're going to say stupid things. If the 14 people you talked to on the introduction call and you fumbled over, those DMBCs, the deep meaningful business conversation questions, and answering them, who cares? The faster you screw up, the easier it'll be to fix it. So go into it and screw up. And then activity breeds results. If you're doing nothing, there's going to be no results attached to it. And again, remembering that networking is a marketing opportunity and not a sales activity. So as you're building and you're engaging and you're nurturing, it's extremely important to remember that it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary, because your networking equity is going to help build your business. It happens. I swear to you, when I started the business 3 years ago, I went to every networking event I possibly could from August to December, and all I did was make introductions because I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. That's from August, 3 to 4 events a week. I can tell you right now, I haven't networked for myself in the stereotypical term since then, because I make introductions to 3 people. This person makes an introduction to, I swear to you, it builds the web, and that's why my business is successful, because that foundation of giving value has proven to be helpful. Okay. Here's our new partner, Hio Social. You guys should have gotten an email beforehand. Hio Social is one of those crazy apps, not crazy apps. It's an application that allows you to communicate, with other members on the app when you sign up for a virtual meeting. So if you guys didn't get the email, no big deal. I'll send you over, a bunch of stuff after the meeting. It's a great way to be able to communicate. So I'm going to share my screen just to give you an idea of what it looks like. I'm going to stop share, and then I'm going to do something like a thing here. Oh no, iPhone, iPad. I'm really good with tech, guys, I promise. Screen mirroring, just like I practiced. All right, so in the Hio app, you're able to see the people that have the guests of the meeting. You can now communicate. John Gilmore, I can now communicate with him. I can connect with him and share my details, right? The details that I send up, my messenger, my phone number, my email. I can set up documents where I can share it with them. I can communicate with this person. So it allows you to communicate within the application with other members who attended the meeting. This is a great way for us, especially as event hosts, to be able to say, hey, I really want to make sure that my members are being, they're communicating with each other. And if you have good referrals or introductions to give, this is a great tool to be able to do that. So I can message him, super fancy. I don't know John, but he was here. And then, you can have details about the event that come up. You can look at social stuff. See, Erica just posted a Zoom. You're wearing fancy pants, Erica. So exciting. But then you're able to kind of go in and take a look at people who have signed up. See, Maddie's here. She sent me a nice message today. But look, the tool is extremely powerful because you can also look and sign up for other events. So for example, within my area, I can go look at other events that are coming up. My contacts are here. It's a free tool to use, guys. So this tool is completely free to use. You gotta play around with it because you can look at other events that are coming up, events in your area, virtual events like master networks. You can sign up for them, attend. Are you a ticketed attendee? What's that? Solid?
Yeah, oh, it's great.
Awesome, thanks, Ivan. So it's a great tool to use. I know the owner personally. He's fantastic. They are a very big company now, so they're doing, so originally before the pandemic, they had 1,000 virtual meetings in 8 months, and now they have 1,000 meetings in 2 weeks, like virtual meetings in 2 weeks. So like they are essential in building community, and the features are crazy. Like I think if you upgrade, you can actually do a virtual, you can do a virtual business card, like a meeting message, all that jazz. So you guys are also going to get, as I undo this, you guys are also going to get stop share. You guys are also going to get 2 YouTube videos after this to kind of show you what it looks like. So just know that it's going to be available to you. I'll be happy to help. And then Ken Long, thanks for making networking fun. But that's honestly, guys, that's me. Let me just share one more time, because all of the tools I talked about are all available to everybody on my website, tools and resources. So you can download, it's a PDF. The template that I just talked about is there. It's newly created specifically for networking virtually, but it's all available. And that's literally all I have because I'm sweating so much. So if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. It's super easy to find me. I'm literally everywhere. My face is dumb and it's all plastered on places. So feel free to reach out. I'm going to go through the comments, but Erica, you can take it away.
Ashley, that was incredible. When you sent out the email for all of us to download the app immediately, I was like, oh, this is just going to be another stupid meetup or something, where we just kind of sign up for an event. But when I saw that you could actually find people and locations and see what people were doing, and that it wasn't some creepy website, I thought it was pretty neat. And like, I just commented in the chat that it's going to make networking fun. And as much of a social butterfly that I am, I dread networking. I feel like it's forced work, and I don't feel like it's natural all the time. And I think that this kind of helps you filter to who you want to be networking with, instead of just kind of like having to pick and choose through a sea of people. But the floor is open. If you all have questions, or you want to say something, or you have any input, just unmute yourself state who you are and what it is that you have to say. And then we'll wrap it up with some remarks from Alex after that. No one has anything for Ashley?
Hey, this is George. I got a question. One thing you brought up was Calendly. Now, would you consider Mixmax to be something comparable or complementary, or what's your insight on that? Because I haven't used Calendly, but I'm pretty proficient with Mixmax. Just want to see.
So I only use Calendly because it was easy for me to find. Any tool that does something similar is perfectly acceptable. The main point about this is gathering the data, right? Like not just name, phone number, let's hang out. It's more of like, how did you come in contact with me? Because you got to figure out where you're putting your time and like where you're getting these leads. And I say leads very, 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 very loosely. It's not a lead, it's more of an introduction, because the goal is to take that data so that way, you know, at one point, in fact, I can probably show you just a quick, because I hit this slide, what the data looks like. Just give me 2 seconds. How do I unhide this slide? So with the data that I found in 2018, you guys can see this slide, right? Yeah, okay. So Calendly Analytics, basically I grabbed where all of my leads came from, and I saw that everything was coming from direct referrals from people. So all of my activity at events and my strategy of giving 3 introductions per new person that I met was significantly changing how people were coming to me. The next was other, I gotta figure out what that is, but LinkedIn was also the next one. I, for the longest time, thought my newsletter was like banging, like people love it, everyone's jumping on it. Absolutely not. So I stopped and I took, instead of taking 3 hours to put this newsletter together, I took a lot away, made it more highlight version, and really focused my efforts on. So like now I'm looking at the data, working smarter and not trying to overcompensate for a weakness. So just however you gather the information, come up with a plan that works. This is what worked for me.
Awesome, thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? I've had a lot of
I don't have a question. Ivan here, sorry. But I wanted to say thanks. Thanks to Kevin, we're at Layer 8. He posted this. I saw it. I was like, dude, I had a great time in Philly with Kevin and a few of the other guys in the Philly area. So big thanks to you guys. I'm here to help. Like I just posted, I'm part of a group of 1,000 e-commerce professionals. I was pulled in because of this. Like, I'll talk to people, right? It's my MO. It's been that way for a long time. I keep in touch with about 75% of my shipmates in the Navy, help them out how I can. I'm totally open for conversation. You know, any selling online or anything, I'll give you guys pointers. Other than that, I am now on the app. I've got it on here. Reach out, holler. You know, right now is a tough time. My goal for the next week, I got to put in some mileage on the road. Like, I need to work out. I'm so unfit. If people say military bearing, I'm looking for it because I lost all the bearings, right? So that's my goal for right now. Anything related to business or e-commerce, if you guys want me to write some content for you, I'm at home. I've got a lot of good coffee, and I've got 3 coffee brewers that are sending me free coffee for content. So I'm part of your network now, I think.
Better be.
So anyways, holler.
Thank you.
I'll get you right back into shape. You just let me know when you're in town.
It's scary, man. She will.
Not scary. Not scary.
I know.
Thank you again, Ashley. I'm going to turn the floor over to Alex. I know that he's chomping at the bit right now.
I hear you guys laughing on mute, Erica and Ashley. Just so you guys know, first of all, thank you, Erica, and thank you, Ashley. I got to tell you, I'm always motivated and scared at the same time when I talk to Erica and Ashley. They are the true motivators, and they keep a line. And Ashley really, really reminds me how bad I suck every day, and that I'm just facts. I'm just stating facts. I'm really energized. I thought my ducks are in a row, but I keep calling her just to make sure. She's like my drill sergeant. She really is. And I don't know why I keep calling, but I do. So thank you, Ashley. And please be kind to me on Wednesday. Okay. So I want to kind of wrap up with a couple things is, you know, first of all, great tips, action plan, because, you know, if you look at ourselves and you look at your activities, Ashley really hit it out of the park about what are our activities, aligning our tools and aligning our resources and mission. So, you know, I want to give everybody a quick welcome to the Veteran Business Referral Network. For those that don't know us, welcome. I know some of you are virtually from different places. So we are here to really help one another, drive business to one another. And more importantly, today, more than ever, we need to drive our economy. So our group can lead by example of driving our economy. I'll give you a perfect example, right? Small, but can do kind of mission, right? So first of all, happy birthday, Joey Mack. I see you there. It's his birthday today. So ordered some cigars, ordered a slew of cigars from Joey Mack just to kind of get the orders going. I'm going to order from the beef jerky after this, right? And also we got to look at what we can do for clients or anything else for referrals. So I challenge all of you to find 10 people in this group to do one-on-ones, 10 people to do one-on-ones after this, to do networking and see how you can build the relationships. So our job is to really drive business to one another, no matter how small or how large it is right now, more than ever. So with that, I want to thank our Erica for leading our discussion today. I want to thank Ashley for great content. And again, our mission here at the Veteran Business Referral Network is, I know we're all seeking information, we're all looking for business and more than ever today, but I challenge you to kind of be more the giver today than ever and continue to serve. Thanks, Erica.
Thank you, Alex. Again, and you know, use this networking app, spend some time on it today, connect with everyone that was here. And a lot of you have been mentioning wanting almost like a directory so that we could reach out to people. This is it. This is done for you, and you can organize it in any way that you like. So thank you again for taking the time, you know, out of your day to roll out of bed and hang out with us. And we will see you next month. Be sure that you check out our Eventbrite with all of the dates and all of the information. And thank you to my committee, to Alex, to Ashley, and to all of you for showing up. And I hope that you are all staying well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
you. Bye.